Rishi Sunak has made the calculation that he doesn't need Muslim voters, claims the Tory MP Rehman Chishti. Going to read into this more from Sky News, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from Sky News with the headline, "Now Rishi Sunak has made the calculation that he doesn't need Muslim voters," and claims the Tory MP Rehman Chishti. The former minister called on his party leader to hire an independent advisor on Islamophobia to keep his promise to engage with the Muslim community, aimed at the ongoing row over made by MP Lee Anderson. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share across social media so others are notified of this video. Now, this is obviously, as you can see by the date, is quite a couple of days old, but I have to say, guys, this has got to be one of the most stupidest headlines that I have seen on an article to disclaim and dismiss a certain section of voters, regardless of whatever you might think. Now, let me be clear about something as well, which is really, really important. Now, not every Muslim votes the same way. Every Muslim votes like every white person does, like every black person does. They vote in what they think is in their best interests. However, a proportion of Muslims will no doubt be put off by Lee Anderson's comments, and which will mean that they are unlikely to vote for the Conservative Party, and there are also chances of them switching from Conservative to Reform. Yeah, they're probably not going to vote for Reform either. The thing is that while they are to make this headline, to make this statement saying, I don't know if it is, I'm assuming, and we'll read into the article, I'm assuming that they're stating that they don't need Muslim voters, it doesn't matter. It's so insulting and so dismissive of a certain section of society, because that's essentially what you are doing. You are saying, oh, they don't matter, they're not important, is what you are saying. Well, I'm sorry, but there are British Muslims in this country, and they have a right to speak, and they have a voice here too. And whatever their premise, whether they're from left, right, whatever their political differences, they have a right to have a voice too. And their voice should not be dismissed, just as no different as Jewish voices should not be dismissed, as Christian voices should not be dismissed, and any voices, trans voices should not be dismissed. Here, to make it like it's not a big deal sort of thing, is so insulting. So insulting. Now, obviously, I haven't done a video specifically on Lee Anderson, but if you guys want to hear my thoughts about Lee Anderson and his comments so far, I did it on the last episode of Snowflake Viewpoint, so if you want to check that out, you can go check that out. But his comments were disgusting, inappropriate, abhorrent. To make this assumption that they're taking over and whatnot is just an absolute nonsense, guys. First of all, there's no evidence to support whatsoever that claim. Second of all, I have had the privilege of working with Muslims in my lifetime. Different people with different backgrounds and whatnot. I've worked with so many. I've had the privilege of, during my time in work, and I have worked with many different cultures and nations and whatnot. And this idea and premise, I just don't see where it's coming from. Now, you may not. Now, it might be entirely possible that perhaps you have these beliefs because you've never met a Muslim and you've never worked with a Muslim, or you've never actually had a sit-down general discussion with a Muslim. I would encourage you to actually do that instead of just jumping to assumptions of what people online are saying. Yeah, really do. And it's entirely possible that you may have been brought up in such a way that makes you hate Muslims for whatever reason, and you're just choosing to believe that they're all evil for some reason, without even a shadow of difference to actually think that maybe if I actually sit down and talk to these people, maybe I'll have a more open mind about them. And that's the way I want to say is that, you know, have an open mind. Try to put yourself in someone else's shoes. Don't assume. Is what I will say on it. But it is absolutely despicable to say that that you don't need a certain voters, to say it so publicly as well and so dismissive. It's very insulting. Rishi Sunak has made the calculation that he doesn't need Muslim votes for his political purpose, the former minister has claimed. The Tory MP Rashim, I can't say the bloody word again, Rashim Sherry told Sky News that during the leadership election, Mr Sunak promised he was committed to engaging with the community and told him, "We will work together on this if I become Prime Minister." But Mr Chishti has said that he has not seen the Prime Minister for over a year and a half. So he's committed to engaging with the community and he has not seen them for a year and a half. Okay. The former foreign minister, who once put himself forward to the Conservative Party leadership, also accused Mr Sunak of failing to appoint an independent advisor on Islamophobia, in which both David Cameron and Theresa May did while in office. Pointing to statistics to tell the MAMA organisation, Mr Chishti said there have been over 2,000 incidents of anti-Muslim hate crimes in the past 4 months since the Israel-Hamas war began. I've said to the Prime Minister, so let's treat all faiths fairly and equally, he told Sophy Ridge. So with regards to the Jewish community, anti-Semitism has seen a real unacceptable rise, and therefore the government has rightly put forward the resources and it has an independent advisor to deal with anti-Semitism. However, with regards to the Muslim community, the Prime Minister has failed to appoint an independent advisor on Islamophobia for the last 16 months and there has been no funding for that. Why? What's the difference? Tell me what the difference is. Tell me what the difference is. That's disgusting. It's bang out of order. Yeah? Of course, any kind of anti-Semitism towards Jewish people is unacceptable. But what's the difference here? It's despicable. And then you look at the Prime Minister's statement on Sunday where he talks about intolerance and hate in politics, and he makes it very clear that the government is committed to dealing with that, and he is dealing with anti-Semitism, absolutely. But there's no mention in that statement yesterday about tackling anti-Muslim hate. I think that maybe the Prime Minister has made the calculation, he doesn't want to engage with the Muslim community because he doesn't need it for his political purposes. Wow. So he actually said that. Wow, that's quite bold of him. And we know Mr Anderson refused to apologise for claiming in an interview that Islamics had taken control over London, that Mayor Sadiq Khan had given the capital city away to his mates. Nonsense, rubbish. There's no story. There's no truth to any of this at all. Whatever you might think of the Mayor Sadiq Khan, he's not a perfect mayor. But to say that because of him being a Muslim, of his religious background, to paint this on him is pathetic, disgusting, immoral, wrong in every way, shape or form, guys. There's no evidence whatsoever to it. It's ridiculous. While Mr Sunak called the remarks unacceptable and wrong, he declined to call them Islamophobic. Yeah, this is one of my biggest gripes I have with the Conservatives, and it's entirely possible that by the time you guys see this recording, that they may have changed their tune. Why are the Conservatives so keen not to call it Islamophobic? What is this position that they are taking? It's just, I don't understand this. They just won't call it for what it is. It is Islamophobic. It's racist. It's what it is. It's what it is. But they won't say that. Some Conservatives have called for Mr Anderson to be reinstated. These are what are called the nut jobs, while others want the government to go further in their condemning for the Ashfield MP. Mr Christie said Mr Anderson's comments were completely and utterly unacceptable and a lazy use of language. He knew exactly what he was saying. But he would not say if the remarks were racist, and said it was another justification for having an independent advisor who could make a ruling without political influence. Well, they don't want somebody influencing their decision, do they? Let's not forget that comments that Suella Braverman has made as well. We also not forget that Liz Truss, the former Prime Minister, has been at CPAC over in America as well. That's been pretty despicable as well. So they are certainly tying themselves in a lot of hatred lately, guys, and it's really, really horrible to say the least. I don't understand why they think this is okay. And the thing is that because they creating this premise. It does damage people's minds. Yes, a lot of people know that the comments are wrong and abhorrent, disgusting, and that. But there are also some people who will think that because they are not calling it Islamophobia, that they're not calling it racist, and they're not calling it out for what it properly is. There will be people out there who will think, oh, but maybe it's okay then if politicians think it's okay. There is that mindset, people, that will create that mindset. It's so bad. And I really, really hope that Keir Starmer, and I generally believe that Keir Starmer will stomp on this when he becomes Prime Minister. I'd like to, well, at least I like to think so anyway. I know some people have doubts about him, like me too. I have doubts about him, but I generally think because of who he is, I don't think he will take any of this crap lightly as a Prime Minister. He will want to stomp this kind of hatred out if it comes to be. But they don't care. Conservatives, they really, really don't care. They are shifting themselves so far right on this stuff and not thinking at all about an election coming up that they want to fight for. And they're more concerned. They're happy to just stick to this premise of people, and it's crazy. It really is crazy. A disproportionate of people are being treated indifferently simply because of their religion, simply because of their skin colour, and it's wrong, it's immoral, it's outrageous, it's disgusting. Everyone should be treated equally. I've always had this premise that I don't care who you are, I don't care about your nationality, what your skin colour is, what your religion. As long as you're good to me, I'm good to you. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, or if you're trans, non-binary. You know, that should not be something that should have you be treated indifferently because of these things. No, it should be the case of whether you're a good person or a bad person. But unfortunately, people in society have a difference of premise because their minds are being poisoned. But that's my premise anyway. As long as you're good to me, I'm good to you, and that's how I see it. So what do you guys make of this article? What do you guys make of this? Of Rishi Sunak making calculations that he doesn't need Muslim voters. To be honest, I feel like that he doesn't care anyway. But what should be done? What can be done? Does this give you any confidence whatsoever in the Conservative Party? I don't think it does to me. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this article and some of the thoughts in the comment section down below, guys. If you found this video interesting, please hit the like button. We greatly appreciate shares across social media and hit that bell notification icon so you'll be notified when I upload another video. And if you want to financially support me in the work that I do here and go one step further, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p, or joining me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content there as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.